3 credit cards I'd recommend if you were just starting out in the credit card game, or if you're looking to add a new credit card to your arsenal. You might be a little bit younger or you have bad credit and you're trying to build it back up. So these are 3 credit cards I'd recommend for everyone. The one thing they all have in common is that there's no annual fee, which is super important. I don't think you should be paying fees. I would start with the Discover It. The reason I'd recommend the Discover It starting out is because they're pretty lenient. I think it was my second credit card. I got my first one in my local credit union. I had that for about a year. I just used it for gas and then paid it off every month. And then I wanted something different and Discover It. Not even the student version. They do have a student version. So if you're in college or you're fresh out of high school, feel free to apply for that one. Why I'd recommend that one is it's 1% back on everything. And then they have 5% rotating categories. So every quarter they have like 2 or 3 different merchants or areas like gas stations or wholesale clubs or grocery stores. The reason I recommend that one starting out is, again, just because Discover's pretty good about giving new people credit cards. Once you've had that one for about a year, I'd recommend applying for the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The reason I say you should wait a year is because Chase typically wants you to have credit for at least a year or 2 before you apply for one of their cards. If you have an existing relationship with them, say your parents have a Chase account and you're on it, or they have a credit card and you're an authorized user similar to that, if you have a checking account with Chase and you've had it for about a year or 2, you probably don't have to wait a year after getting the Discover before applying. But if you have no relationship existing with Chase already, I'd recommend starting out by getting the Discover It or a different credit card, having it for a year or 2, and then applying for the Chase Freedom Unlimited. I recommend the Freedom Unlimited for everyone because it's no annual fee. The best part is that it's 1.5% back on everything. So almost every other free card, it's 1% back. This one is 1.5% back on everything. And then for dining and drugstores, it's 3% back, which is very good. It gets your foot in the door with Chase so that you can get the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Reserve later on if you want to. They also have a ton of business cards that you could get into. We're going to keep it simple. Start out with the Chase Freedom Unlimited and go from there. It's a no annual fee card. It has good earning rates. The last card I'd recommend if I was just starting out, I had no credit, little to no credit, or I just am trying to build that credit portfolio up, is the Capital One Saver. The reason I recommend this one is 1, no annual fee, 2, no foreign transaction fee. Discover might not have a foreign transaction fee. Chase Freedom Unlimited definitely does. The Capital Saver one does not have a foreign transaction fee, which is pretty cool, and it has 3% on dining, 3% on grocery stores, 3% on entertainment, so movie theaters, amusement parks, bowling alleys. It has 3% on popular streaming services, so like Peacock, Netflix, all of those, 3% back on those, and then 1% back on everything. I'd recommend all 3 of these cards if you're just starting out. No annual fee, no foreign transaction fee on the Saver, and it might be no foreign transaction fee on Discover. All right, guys, that's all I got for now. I will see you soon. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to like and comment if you haven't, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you soon. Bye.